Welcome everybody to another edition of Blacks in Motion right here at BVN at 8. And as always, it's your sports guy Cliff here giving you the hottest news in sports out there right now. So I'm glad y'all came on and logged on today because I got some pretty good topics to talk about. So to go ahead and get started, let's jump right into my quick hits. We'll make these real fast. First, Von Miller. You know Von Miller, linebacker for the Denver Broncos, Super Bowl MVP. Well, guess what? This guy is looking for a new contract. Well, the contract that they offered him was kind of shallow, kind of flimsy. You would think that they would have offered some more money. So we'll see how that plays out to see if the Broncos can still keep that defense intact with Von Miller. Now, still talking about football, but with a little bit of mix of basketball. Y'all all know Nate Robinson. You know the little dynamo, 5'9", real good, strong, slam dunk champion. Well, a lot of people don't know that he got his start in football at the University of Washington. But now he's actually trying to start an NFL career now that he's gone from basketball. So if there's anybody that can do it, it could be Nate Robinson. He's a really good athlete, but I don't know if the league is ready to accept a 32-year-old cornerback who hasn't played football in a long time. You know, the last crossover dude that we got between basketball and football was Charlie Ward, but he didn't play football professionally. Lastly, in my quick hits, Golden State Warriors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And look, Draymond Green will be back. But will it make a big enough difference? Why? Because the Golden State Warriors lost Andrew Bogut. If you ask me, the knee injury is going to keep him out of the game, and depth, which is one of the advantages that the Golden State Warriors have, is going to be affected. So look possibly for Game 6 to be close in Cleveland. Now, moving on to the main topic. Look, a lot of us out there have been tuning in to the 30 for 30 documentary on O.J. Simpson. You know, it's been about 20 years since that trial, and I want to talk about a few things and things that are compelling to me about O.J. Simpson. Now, what you have to realize, this guy was a superstar running back, came out of USC, won the Heisman Trophy. He's a Hall of Fame guy. His accolades on the field, in some regards, are unmatched. Great athlete. Now you look at his image. You know, O.J. did a real good job of crafting his image and polishing it so that way he could have a career after football. He starred in Hertz commercials, all kinds of ads. I mean, he had it down to a T. Everybody wanted to be O.J. But wait, what did O.J. do? O.J. kind of disassociated himself from the black community. Even though he was a black man, he necessarily didn't live life like a black man, and he didn't go back to his community and pour finances and resources into it. He kind of said, look, I pulled myself up from my own bootstraps, and now I've made it, and I don't owe anybody anything. So, with this crafted, polished image, was there really somebody different underneath? We all remember the mugshot, the famous mugshot that came out after he was accused of murdering his ex-wife and her possible boyfriend, Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Now we were starting to see a totally different side of O.J. Simpson. I'm talking about these people were brutally murdered. And now we were going to go into the trial of the century. You have somebody with great celebrity. You have a defense team that's called the Dream Team. It's covered 24/7 on CNN. He's trying on gloves, all these spectacle, all these things. And was that really lost in the media circus? Did we lose the fact that somebody had been murdered? And then the other thing that was played was the race card. Now you have the white system versus a black superstar. But this is the compelling part. This is the part that kind of makes Cliff kind of upset and uneasy. The community seemed to react and support O.J., namely the black community. But why? Remember, this is the same guy that we talked about that didn't do anything for the black community. He disassociated himself. He even married a white woman. Now look, to each his own, but I'm talking about how people may have felt about O.J. in their heart. But when it came time for the trial, it seemed that blindly all of the people of color rallied behind O.J. Simpson. And then you had the overtones of Rodney King and just the race relation history in America going up against this trial. And I feel the murders were lost in that. People were looking for revenge for Rodney King, revenge for the police brutality, specifically in L.A. And that was not right because we forgot to look at the evidence. Now, I'm not here to argue whether that man is innocent or guilty. I mean, the court told us he was not guilty. I remember going crazy my senior year in high school. The whole school almost shut down. We were running around cheering just like everybody else. But to look at it now, you have to ask yourself, were we really doing the right thing? And did the courts and the jury get it right? But now, somebody got it right, because he's currently in the penitentiary for other charges, trying to recover some of what he called his stolen goods. Now, he probably won't end up serving the rest of time of his life in jail. He actually has been paroled on some charges and could get out as early as 2017. But that's the curious case of O.J. Simpson. Does celebrity really get you out of a murder? Did he really do it? Was it somebody else? Has anybody really looked for the supposed real murderers? Who knows? But let me leave you with this, with the question of the week. If you are a person of color, particularly black, when you reach a certain level of celebrity, do you owe it to the community to fight for what's right for people that look like you? Or do you have the right to live your life and do whatever you want and then expect that support when it comes? I want to hear from you. I know that's a little serious, and I like to keep it light here at Blacks in Motion, but hey, I got to give it to you all. I have to cover all the different gamuts of the sports world. So you know what? I want to hear from you. Hit me up, Cliff at blackvideonews.com. And please leave your comments in the comments section. But in the meantime, stay logged on and always love us right here at Blacks in Motion.